Welcome. Let us begin.
Imagination was given to man to compensate him for what he is not, a sense of humor to console him for what he is. Begin doing what you want to do now. We are not living in eternity. We have only this moment, sparkling like a star in our hand and melting like a snowflake. If we are to achieve things never before accomplished, we must employ methods never before attempted. To suffering there is a limit, to fearing none. In order for the light to shine so brightly, the darkness must be present. There is no comparison between that which is lost by not succeeding and that which is lost by not trying. If we do not maintain justice, justice will not maintain us. A little science estranges a man from God. A lot of science brings him back. No pleasure is comparable to the standing upon the vantage-ground of truth. Nothing opens the heart like a true friend, to whom you may impart griefs, joys, fears, hopes, and whatever lies upon the heart. Let the mind be enlarged to the grandeur of the mysteries, and not the mysteries contracted to the narrowness of the mind. Reading maketh a full man, conference a ready man, and writing an exact man. I usually accept bribes from both sides, so that tainted money can never influence my decision. We read that we ought to forgive our enemies, but we do not read that we are to forgive our friends. You cannot teach a child to take care of himself unless you will let him try to take care of himself. He will make mistakes, and out of those mistakes will come his wisdom. There is a difference between happiness and wisdom. He that thinks himself the happiest man is really so, but he that thinks himself the wisest is generally the greatest fool. He that gives good advice builds with one hand. He that gives good counsel and example builds with both, but He that gives good admonition and bad example builds with one hand and pulls down with the other. Always let losers have their words. By far the best proof is experience. Wonder is the seed of knowledge. All colors will agree in the dark. Read, not to contradict and confute, nor to believe and take for granted, but to weigh and consider. I will never be an old man. To me, old age is always 15 years older than I am. Prosperity discovers wise, adversity discovers virtue. People usually think according to their inclinations, speak according to their learning and ingrained opinions, but generally act according to custom. A bad man is worse when he pretends to be a saint. Truth can never be reached by just listening to the voice of an authority. It's not what we profess, but what we practice that gives us integrity. Man prefers to believe what he prefers to be true. If a man will begin with certainties, he shall end in doubts, but if he will content to begin with doubts, he shall end in certainties. We rise to great heights by a winding staircase of small steps. Write down the thoughts of the moment. Those that come unthought for are commonly the most valuable. Things alter for the worse spontaneously, if they be not altered for the better designedly. It is a sad fate for a man to die, too well known to everybody else, and still unknown to himself. Painting is the pattern of one's own nervous system being projected on the canvas. The root of all superstition is that men observe when a thing hits, but not when it misses. Who questions much shall learn much and retain much. Age appears to be best in four things: old wood best to burn, old wine to drink, old friends to trust, and old authors to read. The job of an artist is always to deepen the mystery. We cannot command nature except by obeying her.
Thank you for your time. Stay strong.